think I should maybe start the stream now.
And we're live. Hello. We were having the best time just in this little Discord call.
Bing bong, we're live.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bing bong.
You're welcome. I knew you'd appreciate that.
I loved it. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
All right. I'm excited to talk about this book. We were
Dude, I am
having
too.
a time in the slideshow notes.
Yeah, that was fun.
One of my favorite business meetings occur in slideshow notes.
In the slideshow notes?
Yeah.
In Google Slides? The best times to be had.
Yeah, truly.
Hell yeah. Also, everyone, look how gay I look today. Isn't this great? This thing is so soft.
Yes.
It's so soft. I love it. And it's cozy. And it's plaid. And I look gay. And it's great.
I love it.
Yeah. Hell yeah. And I also love your outfit today. We really did it.
Thanks.
We really did it to him.
Yeah. You're welcome, y'all. We're doing it to you.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, this week we are returning, actually this whole month, we are returning to Ice Planet Barbarians. And it's very exciting.
Yeah.
The first two books we've already done. So if you guys haven't seen that, go ahead and go to our... Actually, I guess they're not on our Twitch channels anymore because it's been forever ago, but YouTube has all of the VODs. We'll link that at the end of the podcast.
Yes.
But yeah, we're doing the third book in this series this time. Barbarian Lover. And this one follows Kira and Ihako, who I love. They're great.
Yeah, spoiler. They're awesome.
They're fantastic.
Most tolerable people yet.
And non-people.
Yeah. Well, people, whatever. I guess let's not get into that. I was gonna be like, is people a neutral term?
Like a human term? That's fair. But yeah, so if you guys don't know, Ice Planet Barbarians by Ruby Dixon follows a alien planet, I guess you could say, an alien tribe. The OG story, there was a group of girls who got abducted by aliens. Unfortunate. But they
just a little footnote. Unfortunate.
Yeah, just a little footnote. Unfortunate. But they crash landed onto an alien planet. The first alien spaceship crashed onto a different alien planet and had to abandon the girls, essentially. So in this one, that was kind of a plot line that we knew was going to happen, that the aliens would come back for the girls, and that did happen in this one. So
yes. But
as they were abandoned on this new alien planet, they discovered this other tribe, what is the name of the people? The Sak people? The Sakui?
Yeah, the Sakui.
The Sakui.
Fun to say.
It is. It's very fun. But yeah, so they're the Sak people. But then there's a certain parasite on this planet that both the humans and the Saks have to intake, essentially, to survive on the planet, or else they will die. So there's like this whole, in the first book, it's the whole thing of like finding parasites for all the girls that have crash landed so that they can survive on the planet, yada yada. And of course, as usual with our supernatural things, I feel like there's always that trope of our tribe is dying out. We're kind of dwindling away. And of course, you're all women and essentially breeding vessels.
Yes, yeah. A free uterus.
Yeah. Yeah. Which I really did like how that topic was addressed in this book.
Me too.
Because that actually is one of Kira's fears. We'll kind of get into that later. She is she thinks that she's infertile, essentially. So she like thinks that she's lesser than and like all these things. And I really liked how it was addressed in the book, because that like was her fear, that like she's no more than just a womb, essentially. Yeah. And Ihako was like, bitch, what you mean? Pretty cool. Shut up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not in those words, because he's a freaking cutie pie who would never, but those are my words.
Yeah, he said it in a gentler tone.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. Let's talk about trigger warnings. Or do you want to read the summary? I have the summary here. I can also read. But...
Go for it.
All right.
Unless you really want me to read. Unless I'm forcing you to.
It's okay.
All right.
We'll get through this together, y'all. Okay. As one of the few humans stranded on the ice planet, I should be happy that I have a new home. Human women are treasured here, and one alien in particular has made it clear that he wants me. It's hard to push away this sexy, flirtatious Ihako when all I want to do is grab him by his horns and insist he take me to his furs. But I've got a terrible secret. The aliens who abducted me are back, and thanks to the translator in my ear, they can find me. My presence here endangers everyone. But can I give up my new life and the man I want more than anything?
Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah.
So yeah, this plotline progresses a little bit. And I really thought, we'll talk about this later too, I'm sure, but the balance between plot and smut, yeah, sure. Between plot and smut was really good in my opinion.
Sorry, I'm thinking about the balance between pot and smut.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's talk about trigger warnings before we get too deep into this.
So these trigger warnings are kind of just for the series in general, I would say.
Yeah.
It's not, we did put alien abduction again and plane crash again in hostage situations just because that was like a common theme throughout this entire series. But it wasn't like I would say the first book was very would be much more triggering than this one was. And we almost didn't, we were having discussion about this beforehand of like what we should even put on this, but yeah, the only thing particular to this book I would say would be like medical procedures. If you guys are like weirded out or creeped out by that at all, like maybe don't. There is like a section in it. We'll talk about it later, but yeah.
Also, I guess if you're sensitive about infertility issues, maybe.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. It did. My thing, because like I myself am sometimes that way, like a little sensitive to that kind of stuff, but the way that the book addressed it, like, I don't know, I really, really liked how it talked about it in the book, so.
Yeah, I agree.
Take that with a grain of salt for you guys, but.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, here's the book cover again.
Beautiful. Really, it's a book cover, and they're always wow. So anyway, we're moving on from that atrocity.
Wow. To be fair, I do think that the book cover for this one was fairly accurate in comparison to other book covers.
It could have been worse.
Could have been worse, yeah.
Could have been worse.
They got her hair color right. Good job.
Almost.
Well, yeah. That's fair.
But the next art is much better.
That is true. All right, so introducing our characters. We just did a combined picture here. This is Kira and Ihako together. And spoiler alerts, this wasn't in the book, but their little kid, their little baby. It's so cute. This drawing is so good. If you click next, the hearts will go away, and then we can give credit to Lizzie Pop. But yeah, there's the Twitter account that I found this off of. Her artwork is amazing. There was also, if you are a fan of Ice Planet Barbarians in particular, she has some other art on there as well. Some like Vectel and Liz as well drawings. But her commissions are open, so maybe go check her out if you guys like her stuff. But look how cute this picture is. It's so cute. I love it so much.
Yes, I think it's so adorable. The coloring on this, I really like that style.
Mm-hmm. And also, it's very accurate. Like Ihako was described as having the short black hair, I believe they did describe it as a buzz cut at one point.
Ugh, I
So
forgot
yeah.
about that.
I know that I was like, "Oh, okay." But that word for some reason just has such a negative connotation to me. I don't know why.
I don't like short hair.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, he's also like a more gray, like a slate blue kind of color, rather than just a super blue like Vectal was, I believe.
Yeah, and Rahash is like a really dark blue, I thought. So
Yeah. So it was different in that sense.
yeah, more of a gray.
And then I'm sorry, what?
Oh, more of a gray. Yeah.
Yeah, more of a gray. And then of course he has the horns as they all do, all the aliens, and then like the ribbed features on their arms and noses and faces and stuff. And also, spoiler alert, they're dicks. We do have the return of the ribbed eggplant at the end from episode 1.
Yeah.
Throwback from this podcast created by Adrian, of course.
Enjoy the sorry, my mouth could not decide between saying penis and dick. So it was just yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So yeah.
So that's Ihako.
The pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's Ihako. And then Kira was described as having, I believe, like fine brown hair.
Yes.
What else? Let me look at this description I have.
Pinkish skin.
Pinkish skin. A small mouth.
A long face.
Yeah. And then her eyes were constantly described as sad.
Yeah.
Constantly throughout this book. Which I was like, I mean, fair. I also would probably have sad eyes if I were abducted by an alien.
That's
and
fair.
Feeling unwanted in my new situation.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's a fairly accurate description of her. She also had as mentioned in the summary, she had a translator that the initial aliens put attached to her brain, essentially, like her ear and her brain, it like went into her little brain. So that she could understand them and then translate for the rest of the girls. I believe she was the first one picked up, right? I'm pretty sure that was mentioned, and that's why they gave her the translator to begin with.
Oh, yeah. She was the first one that wasn't in the pods, I guess.
Oh, yes. Okay, so she wasn't the first abducted one. She was the first, like, extra.
I think so.
Girl. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she got lucky in that sense, I guess. What luck you have, Kira.
Absolutely horrific.
Right. But yeah. So that's an intro to our characters.
Yeah.
We can go on to scenery again. We did reuse the slideshow from the first episode. So I did keep in like some of the descriptions from the first book of the planet. But essentially just picture tons and tons of ice everywhere. Lots of ice, lots of mountains covered in ice.
Yes.
Yeah.
They do have some really cool purple mountains that they have not gone to yet. And
yeah, the purple crystals. That's actually what the first quote is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am very intrigued. I don't know if they'll mention it in other books, but
yeah, they mentioned it in like one line in this book, and I like was like, give me the mountains.
Damn it. Go do them.
Yeah.
Let me explore them, please. Yeah. For sure. And then also, I believe in the first or second book, there were like fluffy trees that were mentioned. I can't remember if it was the first or second one, but.
Yes, they were like eyelash trees.
Yeah. Of like different colors too. There were like bluish green ones and then also pink ones.
Yes. And then the bamboo-nosed fish.
Ah, yes. Yeah, there weren't a lot of like different wildlife things or like different scenery things mentioned in this one. Like I feel like it was very much
was like, you get the picture.
Yeah, they were like, you've been here before. You've read 2 books. We don't need to talk about that. Let's talk about this other cave, which is fair. It was very relevant to the plot this time, but
I cannot get over them still calling it a cave, the Elder Cave. I'm like, bitch, it's a spaceship. They have told you this.
yeah, that's fair. I mean, yeah. It's wild to me that, like, which I guess this makes sense, like, do you ever wonder, because I feel like civilizations on Earth that are, like, in the past or whatever, I feel like they were more advanced than what we even realize.
Okay.
Do you ever think about that?
Yeah,
Like,
they
with this
totally
book,
were.
yeah, like, they landed, and then, obviously, their technology was fucking crazy, and now, like, generations down the line, they're, like, living as primitive, like, literally called barbarians in the
Yeah.
title of the series.
Like, hadn't made a bow yet.
Yeah, exactly. Which is wild to think about, but I always had that thought of, like, I bet there were civilizations that were, like, way more advanced than we even fucking realize, and, like, what we're like, the remnants of what we're discovering are, you know what I mean? Like, the bare bones of whatever, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And also how quick you can lose that, apparently.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's normal, but, like,
I
these
mean, I
guys have
feel like
not been here that long, we find out.
yeah, that's fair. It would be interesting, I don't know how long it would take, but yeah, I mean, if you think about it, if something would happen that, like, the internet would go out, like, on Earth, and
Mhm.
then it just, like, wouldn't be possible anymore, like, we would lose so much knowledge, and so much, like, technology in general, but yeah, I don't know.
Mhm.
It's an interesting thought experiment for sure.
Yeah. That's an interesting path to go down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Gotta
Which
love my
I
brain.
kind of like that aspect of sci-fi. This book actually made me like realize the aspects of sci-fi that I like and like
Mhm.
made me like able to identify those things better.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Because there were parts of this where I was like, I'm really enjoying myself.
Yeah, for sure. And I like I said, I think that the mix between the smut and the plot was a good ratio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what, like 60-40?
Yeah. Well,
70?
I feel like there was a decent amount of plot, I don't know.
I don't know. It's like a scene happens and then they fuck, and then like something else happens and they fuck.
Then they fuck.
It's like a pretty good 50-50 split, if I'm being honest.
That's fair, but I feel like the beginning too, like, I feel like it was kinda slow for them to get started with the fucking,
That's,
'cause Kira was so resistant,
yeah.
which is fair, but that's more of just, like, her worries in general, I would say. Which should we get into that? Should we start analyzing the characters now?
I suppose we could do that.
I suppose we could follow our format on the pod.
I'm just talking here. What's this picture book next to me? Right, let's talk about red flags for Kira.
Yeah, red flags for Kira. I believe I have the correct animations on for this slideshow, so here's hoping. Go for it, I believe you're first.
For me, I give Kira no red flags. I love her, and there's nothing there that I don't like understand and like accept at because like it's not that bad.
Fair.
Nothing that really puts me off there.
That's totally fair.
Crap. Okay.
I'm next, and spoiler alerts, I have none either. No spoiler alerts, we're coming here, but anyway. Yeah, I also gave her no red flags. Kinda tried a little hard to come up with something and just couldn't. The only thing I said is she, like, is a little bit too in her head, but, like, I feel like I can't even count that as a red flag for her, you know?
Yeah, and she's like not unreasonable.
Yeah, that's the thing. Okay, I'll tell you this now because we did talk about this a little bit beforehand that people online did not like Kira. there were a lot of people that I was saying or seeing that they kept saying that she was too sad and too much of a downer and like constantly talking about like the situation at hand. And I was like, A, she really doesn't. B, her concerns are totally valid.
Right.
Like, it's not like she's complaining about every little thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she still helps out. She still is like willing to get done whatever the fuck needs to be done. She doesn't complain about that stuff. It's like literally just the issues that she has with herself and then like the situation in general.
Right.
So I was like really mad actually at people like online. I was like, I'm gonna fight everyone. I fucking loved Kira so much.
Yeah, yeah, and Alyssa told me like before the episode that people didn't like Kira, and I literally was just like, what?
Yeah, I was so shocked when I was reading. It was like on Goodreads or something. I don't even know. But yeah, constantly people were like, yeah, I didn't like Kira that much. She's such a downer, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, I guess that's my type then. I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
shit. But I feel like I would have reacted that way too. Like,
Right.
especially given the thing, like the infertility issues, like she felt like no one was going to, we can talk about this now too, I guess, like the parasites that they have make them resonate for a mate. So like, and then that's like your mate for life essentially. And no one can break that bond and blah blah blah, like all these things. Of course. But so since she is infertile, or wait. Yes, she was the infertile one, right?
Yes.
Okay, because there was another girl that had like an IUD, or was that her too?
There was a girl with an IUD who was not Kira. Kira's infertile.
Yeah.
And then there was another one that had the aliens, and the other one took her baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the girls that can't have babies right at the moment are not resonating to any of the aliens in the tribe. So they're feeling like hella unwanted because of that. And Kira, like whenever she was a kid, her appendix burst or something, which I meant to look this up to see if this was like an actual thing that can happen.
Yeah.
But I forgot to. So like we'll just take that with a grain of salt that is a thing. But her appendix burst and like essentially made so that she couldn't have kids anymore. Because of the damage or something. I don't know. Seemed weird, but I didn't fact check that, so we'll just take that as, you know.
I mean, I think it makes sense if she was like septic, maybe.
Yeah. Something. So yeah. But if like the girls aren't resonating, and like that's a big thing that's on her mind is that like Ihako has said that he wants kids and stuff like that, and she's like, well, I can't really give that to you. And then she's like in her head about that and like doesn't want to get close to him because of that reason. And he's like, no, but I like you. I like you for you. And yeah, she just keeps on being like, well, that's the end all be all. Like, that's my only worth is that I'm here to be a breeder and I can't do that. So I'm not worthy. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm baffled still. People didn't like Kira.
I
will fight all of you.
Right? I agree.
And I'm kind of worried.
Why?
Why? Because.
About what? What's on your mind?
Sorry, not always you just chimed in the comments. LA Times says a study says it increases the odds of up to 5 times for infertility.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Well, thank you, research department. I did not know that. That's wild. 5 times, huh?
Yeah. Anyway, so my fear, well, I don't know. It's not a fear really that I can put on Ruby Dixon because Ruby Dixon is her own person, but I'm just like, if you kept up with the series, were the people that didn't like Kira more disappointed? In which case, I'm gonna be like, oh no, but like Kira was a believable character to me, and I like believable characters. Or are they all disappointed?
Realistic. I also am wondering though if her like attitude will start to change in the other books as well.
That's fair.
Because they do end up having a kid together, like we have seen in the art, the spoiler art from later in the series.
Yeah.
So I don't, maybe her attitude changes. Like maybe she's actually like happy with her life or whatever. Cause she did, like, that was one of her desires as well, is to have a family. And like she's kind of come to terms with the fact that that it would be hard for her, that she wouldn't necessarily like have that. So
Yeah. Actually, we're just talking about Kira, but like it's the place to talk about Kira. It's really fine. But like Kira was one of the okay, we've only read 2 other books, but the other 2 girls had never even thought about like having kids. Kira actually wanted kids. So I like I appreciated their romance more, I guess. Like, you know, like okay, so at the end when it's revealed that Kira can have a child because they resonate finally, spoilers, whatever. This is
what a good scene.
but like I was not like of course the baby, cuz that's the point of half these books, to push a breeding kink. I was just like, yeah, like I'm happy for you.
Like, oh, this is so sweet. I felt the same way. Yeah. And I do remember, like, in the first 2 books in our analysis, I was like, oh my god, another breeding kink. Like, here we go again.
Right. But yeah, these 2 people that love each other knock each other up, and I'm like, wow, good job.
Bravo. Good job. Yeah. Encore.
Yeah. Go for twins, like, do it.
Right? Yeah.
I wonder if anyone ever has twins.
I don't know. That's a good question. I guess we'll have to read more of the books to find out.
I guess we will. Oh, I am excited. I guess this is spoilers at the end, but aren't we reading Aihako's friend's book? Haydn?
I think we are. I don't know.
I think we are, and I was like excited because he was in this one.
Is Josie, does she get matched up with Haydn?
Maybe.
I don't remember.
Unfortunately, the summary for next week does not say like the name of either of the characters.
Oh my god, there's like a bug on my ceiling that's going crazy. It's a little fly, buddy.
Oh my god, yes. I bought apples. Biggest mistake of my life. House full of fruit flies.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, it is Haydn. It's Haydn and Josie. Yes, so spoiler alerts. Next week, I couldn't remember if that's who it was or not, because I just started the book again. But yes, it does follow. There were 2 other characters in this book that it kind of followed. So like Harlow was there for a little bit at the time, and then Haydn as well went to the Elder Cave, which was the spaceship.
Yeah.
With Kira and Aihako. So, yep. We did. That's the one that one of our viewers said that she loves. It's her favorite book of the whole series.
That's exciting.
It's Josie and Haydn's. So we'll see. We'll see if it tops this one for me, because I don't know. I don't know, man.
We'll see, but I'm excited. I love surly bastards. So, you know.
Yeah.
I say that.
And from what I'm reading so far, he's like surly but misunderstood.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah.
I love that shit. Eat it up with a spoon. Like, yes. Yeah. Okay. Now,
all right, so like getting back to this format.
Yeah.
We went off on a wild tangent, but that's okay. Yeah, so no red flags from either of us for Kira. Green butterflies. I believe you're first again.
I gave Kira 3 green butterflies.
Hell yeah.
Would you like to reveal yours first, or should I talk about mine?
let's reveal just because they are the same. I also gave her 3. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, go ahead. What do you got listed? I have a feeling we have similar reasons. So
Okay. This is gonna sound so boring, but I like how practical she is. Like,
yeah,
it's fucking admirable. Yeah, and also she's a fucking badass, and she saved like everyone, and she did it with like way less complaining than Georgie ever managed.
than Georgie ever could.
Which is wild because I'm pretty sure Kira just like doesn't believe in herself very much.
Yeah.
Also, actually, I think she had like a broken leg, maybe. No, wait, that was Liz.
Kira?
I don't know. I just thought she was hurt because I just remembered there being like a big skirmish about who should go out.
Yeah, it was. I don't remember if it was Kira. I don't think so. Who was in the second book?
Liz.
God, this was forever ago. Who was in the first book? The first book was
Georgie.
Liz. Oh, right. Yes, Liz was the one with the broken leg.
That's what I thought.
Because she was the hunter.
Yes.
Yes, and I was like, why the fuck would you not send a hunter out to like try to go hunt?
Her leg were broke.
But that's why. Yes.
Yeah, I don't remember what was wrong with Kira that she didn't go, but I wish she had, because Jesus Christ, she just is a badass, and
I think she was sick for a little bit. Got shit done. Something.
Probably was sick.
I think she was sick.
Yeah.
But yeah, for sure. She's very much badass. I pretty much said the same thing. I said she seems very intelligent, and that she's really adaptable.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of already went on my little tangent about how everyone described her as like a downer and worrisome, but like it was justified, and I think that that's a reasonable and realistic response.
Yeah.
To everything. So yeah, I don't know. Again, I will fight you if you don't like her. Put them up. Let's go.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I really liked Kira, but I didn't have like super specific reasons, so that's why she ended up getting 3 butterflies.
Yeah, that's fair.
I was like, I can't pinpoint anything. It's like a vibe. Like
she's just amazing.
Yeah, she's like a real person to me.
Yeah, I agree. And I also had that she kills the aliens when they come back as well. That was very much a girl boss moment.
Yeah, she saved everyone.
Yeah, literally. Literally everyone. Like not even just the humans, like literally the barbarians as well. But I hate calling them that. I really do.
Yeah. I guess Sakui.
The Sakui.
Sakui.
Yeah. Sakui.
All right.
But yeah, that's what I had for green butterflies as well.
Now. Gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss, manipulate, mansplain, male wife.
Your favorite slide. Love that. Love that for you.
For Kira, I rate her 50% girl boss, 50% male wife.
Fair. And I rated her 50% male wife and 50% gaslight, but herself. As is a common rating for us on this podcast.
That's fair.
Yeah. She very much was like in her head and like telling herself that she wasn't worthy of things when she is. And your little boo is telling you that. The little flirty alien boy. Come on. He hot. Go fuck him.
Yeah. Go get him, girl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
That's awesome. Now let's talk about Aihako.
Shall we? Yes, we shall.
Let's do this. All right. Red flags about this man that we have said nothing but nice things about. None.
You got nothing?
I got nothing.
Nothing. None. That's fair. I gave him a half. I gave him a tiny little flag. And the only reason I gave him a tiny little flag is because at one point he's like contemplating how to make Kira love him, and he like essentially contemplates kidnapping her and taking her away to a cave because, quote unquote, that's how Vectel won Georgie over.
Yo, that's how Rahash won Liz over too. It's been proven to work.
Kidnap him.
Just kidnapping.
Stockholm syndrome. A good old fashioned dose of Stockholm syndrome solves everything.
Right.
Yeah. But he didn't do it. So I gave him half of a red flag. That was a bad thought, but also he did not act on it.
Yeah, we all have bad thoughts.
So good job. Yeah.
All right.
But yeah.
That's an understandable half a red flag.
Little tiny half red flag. Yeah. All right, on to butterflies.
Yes. Just a swarm of green butterflies.
An entire swarm.
Yes. Would you like to?
Yes.
We felt
a second swarm.
Yes. This is the first double swarm.
It is. That is true. Yeah.
And in Ice Planet's Barbarian's book, I never thought I would see the day. No, you guys did not understand how much I did not care for these books after like thinking logically about Rahash and Liz's romance.
That's hilarious. I was very much into Vectel in the first episode, and I was like, okay, I'm kind of on board, all right. But there was a lot of like questionable actions for sure. But there was none of that in this one. And he's also, oh my god, I have so many things to say.
Yeah.
You want to go with yours? And I'll kind of corroborate as we go.
I guess. I'm like, maybe we should switch back and forth. What if we say the same shit?
Yeah.
Hey. Sometimes I do my notes on my phone, and I always am like in the wrong section, and then I'll just randomly find notes that were supposed to be in a different section.
Like, oh, that's where those went.
Yeah, I found like 2. Jesus Christ.
Guys, I said this to Adrian before, but I look like a lumberjack with this giant mug. It's great.
All right, let me just move this from this section.
Fair enough. I'll start with one of mine while you're doing that.
Do it.
All right, so I said that he's a craftsman, which I don't want to give away the scene because I want to talk about it later. But he's a craftsman. He makes lots of things. One thing in particular that we'll talk about later, but yeah, he's a craftsman, and along with this object that we'll talk about later, he also has like made various things for the tribe. So he like kind of takes care of people in that sense.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's a good skill to have. A guy who is like an inventor and can like build things. That's dope. That's hot.
It's so hot. I didn't even write that down, but it's so sexy.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
Just build me something, please.
Build me something nice. Yeah. Build me some shelves. I don't know.
Honestly,
build me something.
I don't care. Build me shelves. Build me a computer. I don't care.
Yeah, build me something.
3D print me like a stimming toy. I don't care.
Yeah. Anything. Yeah,
anything.
Love that. Make me things.
Yeah. Then I'll take it next. He cares about Kira, and he is mad at the males in the tribe that they just want mates. They don't give a shit about who these women are as people.
Right.
And I appreciate somebody with like stronger morals, I guess. I don't know. Like a code that they are living by. I like somebody with their own honor system, and like I like that he is gonna stand by that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. I also said that he's very caring and sweet.
Yes.
Yeah. The next thing I have is that he's flirty as fuck. And I love that shit. I love
Yeah.
whenever people can flirt back. Banter, so important to me. Love that shit. I know it's not necessarily so important to some people, but like, I would get bored otherwise, you know? Like, I got a little wit. You need to keep up.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks. Yeah.
Your lumberjack mug.
Yeah.
This one is kind of long.
Okay.
But so well, okay. I'll do a different one.
Okay.
There's a quote. I'm gonna read it to you now. So, she's mine, residence or not. Kira is my female, my mate. So Ihako basically, at first they're not resonating, and he just doesn't give a fuck. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna fight, like, my very nature to be with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss. Love that.
Right.
Yeah.
Obsessed with that energy. He's like, you hear that, you stupid little worm? I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I love this one.
Exactly. Going along those lines, very similar. There's a previous mate. They have what is called like pleasure mates, and then also like their actual like qui mate, who's like their soulmate, I guess you could say. Whatever. But so like their pleasure mates is just, you know, friends with benefits situation. They just hook it up because they can, and it's fun. So he has like a former lover. I believe her name was Asha. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Mm-hmm.
But he puts her in her place like numerous times. Like this girl is clearly like just all over him all the time and is like trying to, you know, worm her way in there. Even though this bitch already has another mate, has already resonated to someone. Like, just be happy with your fucking other mate. Get out of here. It was very, it reminded me of a certain someone that we used to know. So I was very much like, get the fuck out of here.
Right.
Yeah. But he puts her in a place like a bunch of times throughout the book. And I was like, yes. Tell that bitch how it is. Yeah.
Right. Oh, and along that, not really along that vein, but kind of moving on from that, he is so smitten with her. Kira like goes to him and she's like, I don't do casual sex, and he's like, don't even fucking worry about it. I want to be with you, babe.
Yeah.
I love you so much.
You're so dope. Your sad eyes, they really get me.
Yeah.
Love it.
He's okay, he doesn't have the hair, but like she's like sad bisexual girlfriend. And he's like giving me fluffy gamer boy.
Yeah. Maybe that's why I liked it so much. Need to find me a golden retriever gamer boy. For sure. That's funny. That's all the ones I had for green butterflies. I don't know if you have any more.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello,
I was literally she just wrote me, and I was like literally thinking about you when I was saying it, and I almost said like, I don't know if Lily's here, but
there it is.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. Also, my only other thing was like, he doesn't care that Kira can't have kids when they think that Kira can't have kids.
Right.
So.
Yeah. He's like, I like you for you. Shut up about the infertility stuff.
Yeah.
Like, that's fine.
I mean,
because he at one point, because he like they do discuss that he wants a family, and then whenever she actually has the balls to like have this conversation of like, I can't give that to you, then he's just like, I mean, that's fine. Like, I still want you and I still love you.
Right.
It is what it is. And I thought that was very cute.
I agree.
Yeah. And then they do have a kid. And it's beautiful.
Yeah, and it's weirdly beautiful.
And that's probably the only time I'll ever say that.
Yeah, next
About someone.
week, catch me saying, and of course she got pregnant.
She has a breeding kink again. Yeah. Fucking children. Ah. Yeah. Anyway.
Anyway, gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss, manipulate, mansplain, and male wife.
Hell yeah.
That was pretty good.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ihako time. Ihako, I rate you 50% male wife, 50% girl boss.
Hell yeah. And I rated him 100% flirty cinnamon roll.
Yeah.
He's cinnamon bun. He's so cute. I love him. He's my favorite. I would have said 100%
nice.
my wife, but you know, had to sprinkle in that flavor.
Yeah. I just was like, he's something. There was an energy. Male wife is clearly like my like go-to if you should be in a relationship, like, because a lot of these people, I'm like, whatever, I don't really think that you should be dating right now. You're in a fucked up headspace. But the ones that I'm like, you actually feel like you could be a significant other to someone, if you'll notice, I will put in male wife somewhere.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. Male wife is like my most positive of these ratings, usually.
Yeah. That or girl boss for me, but yeah.
Yeah. I really want to like rate somebody like what? We've done them all, but there are some that we haven't used in like the ways that I've wanted. But I don't know if we will, because then I'll just be like so angry and like, because if I have to listen to somebody who is actually like super gatekeep and gaslight, I'm gonna freaking scream.
Yeah.
But I want to use the scale.
I feel that. That's fair.
All right. Additional thoughts.
All right. What do we want to discuss first? I don't know what you have.
I have a general little thing here. This book gave me like, this felt more like a sci-fi romance to me, and I think, and like I said earlier, this let me distinguish what I really like in sci-fi, and I think I'm into the comforts of technology. And if we're gonna go into space, I don't want to immediately go into like before
primal space.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to go into, we just discovered fire and it's kind of dope.
Yeah, fire's pretty great.
Yeah.
In the space climate.
I'm like, no, I want you to like, I don't know, do some crazy shit. Like, let's go jetpack flying or some shit.
Yeah.
And also there should be like 3 moons at least.
The 2 suns weren't good enough for you?
No.
No? Okay.
Yeah. Also, the sky should be like different color, and we should talk more about like the purple mountains made of crystal.
The crystal mountains, yeah. Take me to the crystal mountains, please.
Yeah.
It's just your inner witch coming out.
I want to go to the crystal mountains.
The crystal mountain.
Yes.
That's fair. All right, should we discuss the the scene that I wanted to discuss before when I said he was a craftsman?
Yes.
Okay, so I actually, did I include the slide? I think I have a slide after this one. If you want to switch to that one real quick.
Oh my god.
So listen. When I said he was a craftsman, he makes a dildo out of bone. He carves her his penis and is like, here you go, here's a courting gift. And I was like, you know, a little misguided, but also kind of hot. kind of into that in a weird way.
That's
I thought it was very sweet, but also hilarious.
yeah. They had this was a good. They had good scenes from this.
Mm-hmm. They
Yes.
did, yeah. It was incorporated in the smut scenes later on.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, he's quite the craftsman.
Gonna switch back
Yep.
now.
Has the
This
spur and everything.
it does.
Shout
No.
out to that user on Twitter that drew that.
Yes. No detail spared.
Yeah, for real.
um.
Ribs and veins and all.
So let's talk about when the aliens come back.
Okay.
Okay. So here's a fun like thought that I had.
Okay.
I guess the Sakwi to me are invincible.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're the apex predator. And so I just like didn't believe anything bad would just like happen to them.
Yeah.
I was just
Uh-huh.
this is fine. Like sure, those guys have guns and working spaceships, so they're clearly way more advanced. I was just like, no, they'll be fine. Like the laser beam gun probably will
Why?
just like pop off their muscles.
Mm. Uh-huh.
And ricochet off their rock hard abs and beam the aliens right in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
That's
that's
so
not what
funny.
occurred at all.
No.
And I was just like
Not
not
at all.
I was just reading it and I was like I don't believe this is happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's super funny. I kind of appreciated that it was that way.
I'm glad it was. I mean it makes sense. I
Yeah.
just don't know why it never occurred to me.
You're like, no, the thick muscle boys are invincible.
These yeah.
I mean, that's fair. They are the apex predator of the planet, so I mean, yeah.
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 I don't know. I was just like convinced.
Yeah. That's so funny. I do like that they did that though. I don't know.
Mm.
And also Kira was like aware of that and she was like, no, listen, like this is dangerous. You guys will die.
And they were
You will
like,
die. We'll all die.
don't worry about it, babe.
Yeah.
I'm a male.
I'm the male. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else did I have in here? The like resonating twist at the end was beautiful. I said chef's kiss to it. The way that the scene is set up, like Asha is again interacting with Ihako and trying to like get a better cave or something. I don't even know. She's constantly around and I'd just be so annoyed. I would probably try to fight her and she would kick my ass because she is an alien who is way more beefy than a human, but like still the rage would carry me. But yeah, so essentially how the scene was set up, like it made it seem like Ihako was resonating for Asha at first, but then it turned out to be Kira. It was just very, very well written. You guys should go read it. Because it was just it was so good. This book was great.
I would suggest reading this book.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
And even if you didn't like read the first two or whatever, like I feel like it's still like it could stand alone. Like you just the basic premise you would maybe, look up or whatever, but like they pretty much explained the basic premise and like what was going on.
Yeah.
I feel. So I feel like it could stand alone.
I feel like it can, because if you just have a basic amount of extrapolation, either it doesn't matter or they'll tell you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. My next third book though in a row, no anatomy class yet. All of these fuckers are having sex. They have yet to have a PSA basic anatomy for the ones that have yet to have sex but are going to have sex at some point.
Yeah.
Just sit down and be like,
They need
we
to have an
have
anatomy class for both sides.
They do. We
For
have a
both
spur. This is
Yeah.
not a nipple.
This is not a nipple. This is a clitoris. Yeah. They literally still call it a third nipple. And
we don't have tails.
Every time.
Yeah. It's so painful. Cringe.
I think it's funny.
Some of them don't even correct them.
Yeah, I felt like it was a little cringe in the first two books, but I felt like it's kind of just like turned into a joke now a little bit. So it was just funny whenever they would reference the third nipple. I don't know. Made me laugh.
I'm dying.
Every time.
I don't like I don't know why it bothers me, but it really bothers me.
So funny. Yeah, fair enough.
Yes.
For Adrian's sake, have an anatomy class.
Please.
Please.
Somebody say, I was a healer, actually. I'll teach some anatomy classes.
Yeah, for real. I am curious about what their children are going to be like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like what weird crossover like situation are we going to have here?
Yeah,
Do they
I
have
assume
tails?
they'll be smaller.
Do they have Oh yeah, that's true. Is their size smaller? Do they also have third nipples? Do they like, you know what I mean? There's just lots of things that I'm like, interesting.
Yeah.
But again, anatomy class for all. Please. Yeah. Do you have anything else?
I think that's all. There's no purity culture. And I'm glad.
Yeah, that was refreshing.
Yeah.
It did take like the girls a long time to, and I feel like they're still kind of dealing with this to like get used to that. Like a lot of them are very like, you know how it is growing up in our society. As a woman, it's annoying. Classically trained as a woman, as we like to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, there's no purity culture. They're openly just fucking bathing in front of each other, whatever.
Yeah.
Refreshing.
It's really nice.
Freeing.
Yeah, but that's everything. I have to cough really bad. Hold on.
That mute. Oh, that not mute. I thought you muted. Just the stream. I got to hear the cough. Beautiful.
I refuse to cough for you, Lily. I'm sorry.
Hilarious. Give the people what they want. Come on. All right, should we rate this?
I'm gonna make a fucking bit redeem. It's like Adrian
for
will
coughing.
cough.
Just for Lily. Make it like 25,000 bits.
She would save up for it. She saved up for the camera thing.
Oh, I know.
All right. Anyway, I have to change the slide. The whip.
Whoa.
All right. Overall rating of the book. 5 ribbed eggplants out of 5.
And I too rated it 5 ribbed eggplants out of 5.
Yes. I like your really big one.
I don't know if it's your first 5 out of 5, but it is my first 5 out of 5 on this podcast. So 16 episodes in and we have found a 5 out of 5 for me personally.
It's not my first 5 out of 5. I'm not picky, apparently.
But is this like the one that you were like, this is a true 5 out of 5 or no?
You know, this is the one that I'm like, I don't have a problem. Usually there's like something that I'm like, okay, but this, like, ignore that part, please. But like, it was a really good book. But this one I'm like,
this is a pretty good book. Yeah.
Do it. Read it.
I gave it a 5 out of 5. I was very impressed. And initially, when I had read on Goodreads and stuff, like everything that people were saying, I was like, I'm going to be disappointed and really sad about that, low key. And then I read it and I was like, y'all are fucking insane. I love this book so much and I will fight all of you.
The pretentious people on Goodreads don't agree with us.
Yeah. I'm tempted to just clip me saying I will fight you and then put it and comment it under everyone's responses.
That would
I will
be
fight you.
freaking great.
Yeah.
That's
So yeah, 5 out of 5.
Yeah.
Good shit.
Nothing has shocked me more than giving this 5 out of 5.
I am nervous though, because our viewer said that the next book that we're reading for next week is her favorite. So
I just hope it's really good.
Hopefully we don't rip it to shreds. Sorry in advance if we do.
Yeah.
But yeah. So next week we're doing Barbarian's Mate. I believe this is skipping. Here's the thing. I have tried so many times to like get an accurate what book number is this in the series. And every time I feel like I look it up and it's something different. So I believe this is book 7, book 5. I don't know. Book 7, I think. There's like supplemental stuff that was like added. So I don't know. I think it's 7 though. I'm pretty sure. But anyway, we are reading Barbarian's Mate, and this will follow Josie and Hayden as well. And yeah, I'm excited. This
that
was
smoky
a
eye
request
on the model. Very accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we should read the summary.
Oh, that's fair. I don't have that.
I do. Hopefully.
Wow, overachiever. Go ahead.
Watch it be like the summary for the week afterwards or something. Oh, we won't know. No. I'll tell you next time that this wasn't the book we read. Okay. Resonance is supposed to be a dream. That's when your soulmate is chosen for you. And everyone on the ice planet has hooked up with a big hunky soulmate of their own, except for me. So do I want a mate? Heck yeah. More than anything, all I've ever wanted is to be loved by someone. Relatable.
Yeah, right?
Except that soulmate has... Fuck. Except that the soulmate chosen for me? My least favorite person on the darn ice planet. Hayden's the most cranky, disapproving, overbearing male alien. So why is it that my body sings when he gets close? Why is he working so hard to prove to me that he's not as awful as I think he is? Because he wants to fuck you, ma'am. I hate him.
But also, it's because he's misunderstood.
Don't I? So yeah. Also, they did say his name in there. I just can't read.
Yeah. No, that's all right. But yeah, I'm remembering details like from you reading that now of like things that I've read because I am partway through the book, but I do remember some details now. So yeah, I feel like we'll like this one. I don't know if I'm gonna like it as much as Kira's, but I feel like that's a personal preference, and I don't necessarily know if I'll fault the next book too much, if that makes sense.
That's fair. I'm excited. Now, summaries get me fired up, and then I'm always wrong. But tentatively...
They do be a letdown sometimes.
or sometimes they have me thinking one thing, and I'm like, oh, that's so tedious, because I'm like, the same old plot, and then like it's a little different, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Not so horrible now.
A little misleading, yeah.
Yeah. So, tentatively excited for just the outlook. I don't know. It will be nice to see somebody like not fighting.
Well,
the love, like the act of wanting love. I mean, like they don't want that with
said person,
but they like want
it in general.
Yeah, and that would be cool. They're not like, I'm fucking independent Billy Badass.
I'm off. No one can love me.
Yeah.
It's me.
I love you.
Oh, thanks, but no. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
What?
I'm kidding.
This
I
podcast
love
is
you very much.
over.
I love you very much. I would not be doing this podcast if I didn't love you.
You hear that, world? They only do podcasts with people they love.
True. True. All right. Next slide is again a shout out to the art that was supplied this week. I did want to say a few things about their stuff. Let me open my notes here. All right. So her commissions are open if anyone is curious. The pricing looked pretty decent on there, honestly. So check that out if you're curious. She also has a Redbubble shop that's on her page somewhere. And yeah, there's Vectel and Georgie art as well, and some other fun stuff. She doesn't do exclusively Ice Planet Barbarian's art, obviously, but yeah, check it out. I wanted to plug that at the end.
Yeah.
Along with our plugs. Now it's your turn to plug yourself.
Plug. All right. Hi. My name's Adrian. This is a podcast. And you're watching it. Who's the loser now?
I really, when you said, and you're watching it, I really in my head was like, and you're watching Disney Channel. Anyway, so sorry.
Anyway, Hex Kitty Cat says, Adrian, I'm your biggest fan. Thought I would put that in my plugs because bad behavior. I deserve it.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so anyway, you can watch me here a lot, like Jesus, like so often. On Tuesdays, I play a druid who is confused. And on Fridays, I play myself and I'm confused. And on Wednesdays, I play video games and I'm probably confused. Yeah, so follow those links, linkarinos.
The linkarinos.
And 18 plus only. If you're a child, get the fuck out of here. Ugh, gross. Yeah. Commission me, watch my streams, watch Alyssa's streams, and listen to Alyssa's plugs.
And listen to my plugs, yes. All right, my plugs are similar. We got Pirates going on Tuesdays. We got Hopeless Romantics on Fridays. Pirates, I don't play a character. I'm the DM. Woo, responsibility.
You play every character.
Yeah, love that for me. I have so many links, so just go to Linktree because there are too many to name. What else do I have on here? These are some games that I play or things that I do. I do some art occasionally. I also play Genshin, which I haven't in a long time. But, you know, I've been super busy. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I've been super busy with the holidays. That just kind of happens every year. Because I go home for the holidays and then my parents are super busy around the holidays because my mom is like running a catering department. So she's hella busy and then I get all the responsibility for cooking and such. So yeah, I haven't been streaming lately. I'm still over here at my parents' house from Thanksgiving. So and I'm making Christmas cookies tomorrow. So, you know, doing that instead of streaming.
Yeah. Bro.
But New Year on, I'm going to stream all the fucking time. That's the plan.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, continue.
Oh, I just wanted to say, I had Alyssa's Thanksgiving. It was so good.
Yeah.
I was so happy to eat it and the leftovers. Also, Alyssa, the only person to ever make the appropriate amount of deviled eggs.
Yes, I made a giant tray just for Adrian. And then we sent the rest of them home with you.
Yo, I ate them. So yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
Nick was like, stop. You like made yourself into one of those cartoon women with vacuum cleaner mouths eating bonbons, but it's deviled eggs.
Yeah. That's all right. I did it just for you. My parents are wild, dude. They have like so many eggs at all times. So I was like, this is a cheap side option. And also, like, my dad has been trying to not eat sugar, so I was like, this is a good option for everyone. It's fine. Yeah. It worked out well.
Hard-boiled eggs everywhere.
Yeah. They were really good.
Yeah.
They
So,
were actually fun to make too. I put the stuff in a piping bag, and they were fancy looking. Yeah, that's how they got fancy.
They went in my mouth real good, though.
Yeah.
That's what I cared about.
You're like, I didn't even notice. They just
I mean, I was like,
gobble them.
the craftsmanship.
Nom, nom. That's fair.
Like I said, I love a craftsman.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Well, I guess we should end this podcast, huh?
I suppose.
I guess.
Shout out to Adrian's chat currently. What's up, y'all?
Lily is saying the most inappropriate things, and I love her.
I want to know. Should we read her out loud on the podcast?
Oh my god. Sure. Let's go here. On my knees for you. If you're a child, go fall in a well.
Yeah, fair.
I love that. Home with throwing up emojis. A mood.
Yeah.
I'm devastated that they didn't get pie, so she needs some pie.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Gonna fight us about deviled eggs, and I'll go in your mouth real sorry. And then Cotton 4K. That's right. Cotton 4K, babe.
Yeah. I will definitely get some pie to you at some point.
That's right.
And one of our other viewers has requested the pecan pie tutorial. I don't know if I'm ready to release that to the world, honestly, because that's like my secret. But I will release it to them and to Lily. So we should have a baking night.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She said, bro, I'm drooling.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it's very good. And I'll eat the crust. Don't worry, I got you.
Fair enough. I always make extra crust when I make pie, just for Adrian, and then I bake it separately just on a flat cookie sheet.
Yes.
And he eats it. Snack.
Yes, Lily wants to bake.
Hell yeah.
All right.
So, I'm down.
Goodbye, everyone. Tomorrow I'll be playing Spyro because
hell yeah.
Crypto's Rage time, baby.
What time are you doing that? Because I don't know that even.
Oh yeah. So since our plans got canceled.
Yeah.
Like late afternoon.
Okay. Cool. I'll try to be awake.
Okay. Yeah, I feel bad. You're always like, I'm gonna catch your stream, and I'm like, let me do it covertly in the cover of your afternoon nap.
I know that I don't remember. My sleep schedule is so weird. Man, everyone's learning so much about us tonight on this podcast, but my sleep schedule is fucked up.
Yeah, okay. We're gonna end this podcast now. See you tomorrow for Spyro, and if not that, you should watch Pirates because Alyssa's great.
Dude, the next 3 episodes are so funny. They're so funny. I guess the next episode's like a combat episode, but the 2 after that are hilarious.
That's fair. Oh my gosh. There are so many things.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone.